What is going on, guys? How is it going today? My name is Scapenomics, and welcome back to another flipping and money-making live stream. You know what? It feels good to be here today. I cannot wait to get into this flipping session, and I'm so happy you decided to stop by and join us today as we look to make some bank. Now, if you're new around here, maybe you don't quite know the deal, but we're going to do a quick hour of flipping today, try to make as much money as possible, and of course, talk about our flips as we go through it. At the same time, if you have any questions about what to flip with your cash stack or anything related to flipping, then please let me know and feel free to ask questions. Lewintag420 popping in first. He says, hello, good to see you, Lewintag. Thank you for stopping by over on YouTube. Let's not waste too much time today. Now, before we get too far into things, we are flipping on one account today, guys. We're only doing one account today. A little bit lazy to do two accounts, and hold on a minute. What's this? I'm getting a phone call. What's I told them not to call me during my busy hours. Yeah, it's the boss. What? What do you mean we're losing money? Listen, oh my, dude, we flip hundreds and thousands of Elijahs, Scythes, Grazis, literally so many items, and you're telling me that you can't make a single GP today on the Grand Exchange? You're telling me you're down millions? Listen, I don't want you in my office ever again, okay? You're going to trade back all the GP to me right now, and I don't want to hear from you again, okay? You are the worst flipper I've ever seen in my entire life. Now bring me my GP right now, and I'm going to fire your butt. Unbelievable the stress we've gone through today, guys. I am so sorry about that little interruption that we had. We've got some new flippers, okay, that clearly are a little bit underqualified for the position. Since everyone is down today, we're going to have to turn it around and make some money. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by today. Be sure to drop a like if you do enjoy it, and let's get in with the rest of the stream here. Queen Saraha popping in saying a yes, sir, and he liked the intro as well. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, but of course, we're here to do business today, and what item is better to do business than the Diamond Dragon Bolts E? We're going to cycle into the Diamond Dragon Bolts E first here today, see if we can make a little bit of money off of them. We actually flipped these overnight last night on the flipping 10 to 100 mil series, believe it or not, and yes, they are going for extremely cheap right now. They are still trending downwards, it looks like, but they have slowed down a little bit in that downward trend. They are still falling, but not as significantly, if that makes sense. Now, we might give the Elder Maul a shot as well as we start off our session here, just because Saraha wants us to check it out. But before we get into that, though, I kind of want to do the Bandos Chestplate and the Bandos Tassets. I feel like flipping both of those will be good to start us off today. Usually, we can get a pretty good amount of GP just flipping these back and forth on the Grand Exchange. And we'll see how much we can make off of these today. Nice little margin on them. Looks like we're going to clear about 30K on each of these. And we'll list a few of those, let them do their thing on the exchange today. Welcome everybody to the stream. Let's get on with it. Let's do the Bandos Tassets as well. Let's not forget to do both of those items here today. Also, I would like to do the Abyssal Bludgeon, the Imbued Hearts. Those are also two great options that I like to flip. They are a little bit expensive for a lot of players, but personally for me, it's one of my favorite items to go ahead and do. Especially the Imbued Hearts. They've been really, really nice to me recently. A lot of the times I'm clearing like, I would say like over 100K margins on them. I don't like to flip them for much less, but anyway. We have Queen Saraha asking, what is your opinion on Adamant Darts and Zulrah Scales right now? Are they undervalued? Well, the problem with yes, I would say they, in general, are undervalued. Now, that being said, that does not mean it is a good item to actually make an investment in. And the reason it's not a good item is because it could still continue to trend downwards before it stops and heads back up. Even with the Twitch Prime ending, I'm not sure that's going to be a telltale sign to actually invest into these items. A lot of these resource items right now are very beaten up from botting alone and lack of demand, so I wouldn't be too crazy about making an investment in a lot of this stuff, but I would just be a little bit careful, a little bit skeptical when you go about it. Let's do the Armadillo chain skirt as well here, guys. We're going to flip that on the exchange today. And let's not forget to do that imbued heart and the bludgeon like I promised we would do. I would say, yeah, again, they are undervalued, but it's just, you know, the timing on flipping those is going to be a little bit too difficult, right? And if you do go ahead and flip them, then I would only do it in the short term at this point. Making an investment on those right now is just a little bit too risky in my opinion. We've had a lot of people invest into them when they were at 150. Now they've, you know, been trading between 140, 150. We even had people get in at like 160 thinking it was cheap, and it would continue to come down in price. Anyway, though, we're going to get through all of it today. Be sure to ask any questions you guys do have relating to flipping and money making in old school RuneScape. I would love to help you out. And wow, it's a little bit of a quiet stream today. We only got 4 people in here as of right now. So welcome everybody. We'll keep it a little bit smaller today, I guess, as we try to make as much money as we can on the Grand Exchange. Let's go ahead and turn around these Bandos Tacits. They actually bought up extremely quickly, so we're going to sell those as quickly as possible. Let's check that Abyssal Bludgeon as well. And we'll see if we can make any money off of those. And we have another question coming in from Lewintag. Really good margin on the bludgeons right now. We're definitely going to take advantage of that here. And we'll list about 7 of those, try to get that limit filled out as quickly as possible. Now we have Lewintag 420 asking, so what is up with some of these, with some resource items actually going up during all this? For example, magic logs / Renar seeds. So the interesting thing about the Renar seeds that I've actually been following very closely is a lot of the bots that went to the Master Farmer have been bringing in Renar seed supply into the game. I don't know why they're going back up in price right now. They've kind of been bouncing around like, I think it was like 28k, maybe it was like 29k to 31k. I think that's been the recent range for that item. And it's kind of hard to predict the bottom of it, but I do feel like we probably are at least near a short-term bottom price on the Renar seeds. That being said, I don't know why they're starting to go back up in price a little bit. And it's a little bit weird of a situation on them. It's a little bit odd. And I actually thought about doing an investment on them myself, but I decided not to because it's just a little bit too risky. Similar situation to something like, what were we talking about before? Like just like any resource item like Zolver Scales or anything like that. Sort of like a similar situation just because of the botting. Now we also have, the magic log or the magic logs. So the thing with the magic logs is, this happens with the U logs as well, right? As soon as people start to, or these bots start to come into the game, people buy up these items to fletch them into bows, and then the bows get out typically. So when these items or the logs, for example, are increasing in price due to the bots, it's because they, you know, the bowstring price goes down and the log price goes up as people buy them to fletch them into longbows and then alch them. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly, but that is the case. They're sort of like an inverse related item in a sense. Now, before I get into too many questions here today, guys, let me go ahead and list the imbued hearts. We've had an absolute incredible run flipping these imbued hearts the past couple of days. So I'd like to see if we could actually succeed on those again. Like I was saying earlier, I'm typically flipping these for about 100k, and it does look like we are going to get that today, so I'm very happy about that. And we're going to see if we can actually succeed on that flip. We're going to list 7 of them, which is the limit that we have left. And welcome, everybody. We have World of RS stopping by. Good to see you, World of RS. He says, hey, SiraTube, that's not my name, but I do appreciate you using the old name. He says, did you get a haircut? Yes, I did recently get a haircut. I actually got it yesterday. He says, I'm not working right now because I'm stressed as a cashier with the virus, and my coworkers are kind of picking up for me and as I'm trying to defend myself. Well, don't get sick, World of RS. I hope you're not sick right now. I hope you feel better if you are, and just stay safe out there, man. Don't worry, this virus will pass soon. Anyway, let's get back into the flipping. I would like to do Manta Race today as well. The Manta Rays were doing really, really awesome earlier today, so I would like to try them out again. I think I was clearing about 10 GP on these earlier, and I do expect that the margins will remain pretty good. Wow, another 10 GP. I do expect that the margins on the Manta Rays will remain good for about the next week or so, so definitely check it out if you are looking to flip them. And let's do the mahogany planks too. It's kind of a similar situation on those as well. Finally, like, literally, I'm not even kidding, guys. I have been trying to find a good margin on these the entire time since the Mahogany Homes update came out, and I have not found a good margin. But today, I was flipping them for like 5 JP, which surprisingly is starting to look like a better margin again. Right now, we're only going to get 3, so I don't know if I'm going to flip that whole limit, but I will keep an eye on it. Alejandro says, hello, how long have you been streaming? I didn't get the YouTube notification. Maybe that's why we're a little bit slow today as far as viewership goes. People are kind of slowly rolling in, so good to see everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully you did get the notification, and if you did not, be sure to hit the bell next to my YouTube name, my YouTube icon, next to that subscribe button, so you can always be notified of when I'm going live. Good to see you as well, Alejandro and Chef's Cooking. Thank you guys for stopping by today. And yeah, let's make some money today, man. We only have one account today, so we do have to go ahead and use all of our GP on the Grand Exchange today, which we're going to try and do our best to actually succeed with. Now, the Kodai wand is looking a little bit suspicious. I'm not going to lie. This thing has just been on an upward trend like crazy these past couple of hours, but I do want to see if we can actually buy a few and hopefully sell them for more than we typically anticipated. Let's go ahead and list about... we can't do 7 of them, but we will go ahead and do 5 of them. That should be about good on those. And we still have 48 mil sitting in the inventory, and we're going to adjust these Bandos chest plates down just a little bit today. Let's go ahead and knock that down maybe another 2K off the previous price. UnshavenSup says, at Scapenomics now, guys. He says, why did you change your name? Well, I decided to go ahead and actually change my name because I thought the name Scapenomics was pretty catchy, and it's like RuneScape economics, right? Just bash them together, and that's why I actually went ahead with the name change. But UnshavenSup, it's good to see you. I don't know if I've seen you around here in a while, so thank you for stopping by and asking about the name change. Do appreciate that. I am using a new chat, by the way, so I don't actually have the user icon, so I might have recognized your icon, but maybe not your name immediately. Typically, I actually remember a lot of people's avatar icons more so than their names, right? So I kind of attach the image to the face a little bit. Danny Miller says, what is it that you do for work? You sound like an announcer or an anchor. Well, I guess my mission is successful then, as a YouTube broadcaster, if you want to put it that way. But no, I'm not any kind of sports broadcaster or radio broadcaster, nothing like that. I work in IT support, so I am on the phone a lot. Maybe that has something to do with it, but I'm not a broadcaster of any kind. Although it is, well, I mean, I technically, I guess I am. I'm a YouTube broadcaster, but it's a little bit different. Anyway, we did succeed on those Bandos Tacits. We walked away with 176k on those today. Very, very nice. We are struggling with the Bandos chest plates a little bit, but I'm not too concerned about them at this point in time. Typically, if the Bandos Tacits or the chest plates don't sell for like 8 minutes, then I usually give them a little bit of a price adjustment, but we previously just let them sit for 5 minutes before we moved them. Maybe we'll just keep a closer eye on it for now. We're going to go ahead and list the Dragon Hunter Lance. The Dragon Hunter Lance and the Dragon Hunter Crossbow are 2 really great items to flip, in my opinion. Typically, they are best if you have like over a 300 mil cash stack, I would say, because that's when you can actually flip them without locking up too much GP in an item. And I really like flipping them because they trade extremely quick for the margins that they have, right? So I think it's because it's a very high demand item. People are buying and selling these constantly, which keeps the margin on them very good. I typically find that the Dragon Hunter crossbow will actually have a larger margin than the Dragon Hunter lance most of the time, but the Dragon Hunter crossbow trades a little bit slower and, in my opinion, is a slightly more competitive item to actually go ahead and flip. But anyway, we're just going to sit back, kick back on these items. Currently down 195k off margin checks today, guys, which actually is not too bad. Typically, we lose a little bit of money off the bat on margin checks alone, but it's not too bad so far. Sit back, kicking back, waiting for the flips to finish. Welcome everybody to the live stream today. If you want to learn more about flipping and money making in old school RuneScape, we would love if you joined us on Discord with the link in the description below. Basically, our Discord group is a bunch of flippers and money makers in old school RuneScape who are just kind of like banded together to help each other out and make money in old school RuneScape. So whether you're a beginner flipper or an experienced flipper, we would love if you join the Discord. We can definitely help you out and give you some extra tips in there. Anyway, we've got all of the Dragon Hunter lances. We're going to turn these around and sell them as quickly as we can. We're going to give it a 5k knockdown on our previous margin here, making us a little bit less than we would have made if we stayed on margin. But in my opinion, you should cut a little bit on items to stay competitive with the flip. You don't want someone else coming in, price checking your item, and then making money off of you, right? If you can't trade those items, then you're losing out and someone else is winning. World of RS says, I once saw a dream you were in your current suit as always, and it felt like a spy movie. What? He says, when you opened the briefcase, OSRS gold was in there, and when you walked out of the Varrock Big Bank and then did the hyper drinker emote. World of RS, you might remember this, but a long time ago, we did like the RuneScape emotes in real life stream. It was so long ago. It was when I was at my first apartment I ever streamed in. It must have been 2 or 3 years ago at this point. And we actually did all of the emotes in person, which I thought was quite funny. But good times from the early streaming career. And we have the Amandalorian popping in over on Twitch. Good to see you, Amanda. She says, I'm going to be lurking while I make dinner, but I wanted to say hello. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you for stopping by today. And hopefully you enjoyed the stream. We're just sitting back, kicking back, making a little bit of money today, as we always do on these streams. It's not like there's anything new going on. Let's go ahead and do the Amulet of... I wish we had a little bit more GP, but we're going to do the Amulet of Fury first. The Fury is an extremely fast flip. These things flip in like 2 to 3 minutes tops. Like, I mean, a lot of the times I will buy and sell these within like a 5-minute time frame. And looks like the margin on them is actually going to be decent today, walking away with like 12k for every Fury that we do end up flipping. So we're going to list those, let them do their thing. We also had all of the Bludgeons finish up here, so we're going to turn around and sell those as well. The Bludgeons are probably going to take a little bit longer. I do expect it'll probably take about 15 minutes to sell all of those off, worst case scenario. We also have World of RS coming in with another question. He says, what is your opinion on the Home Alone movies? Do they mean Christmas for you or not? I wouldn't say I'm a crazy fan of the Home Alone movies. I do like them, but I don't really think of them as Christmas movies in a sense. They are, you know, decent movies. Nothing crazy about them. But I wouldn't say they typically remind me of a Christmas movie, no. Good movie, though. I'm not someone who gets, like, super into the holidays. Like, I do like, you know, the feeling of being part of, you know, the Christmas holiday and things like that, but I'm not someone who, like, obsesses over it or goes crazy about it in any sense. Like, I'm not gonna go watch a Christmas movie because it's Christmas time. I'm kind of like that. We don't have a lot of luck selling these Bandos chest plates yet, so we're going to knock them down a little bit further here today, which it's a little bit concerning. I don't want to cut our profits on this, but considering we haven't even sold one yet, it's a little bit discouraging that we haven't had any good margins. We also, we did check the Armadale chain skirt before, but we didn't have a lot of luck finding a good margin on those. Now, we still have 260 mil. We're going to cycle that into the Amulet of Torture. Like, here's the thing with the Amulet of Torture and the Amulets of Fury. Like, some people might not think these things have very good margins, but you can just make so much money in the short term buying and selling these things, and they just sell extremely quickly. So, in my opinion, these are two really great items to flip, although today, of course, we're going to get a 2K margin, which obviously we're not going to take advantage of that, as it's just not really worth flipping. If I'm flipping an Amulet of Torture, I'd like to walk away with at least 10K, at the very, very least. Sometimes I won't even do them for 10K. Usually you can get like 30K on them at the very least. It just kind of feels weird to waste a limit on an item that you don't think has a great margin. And again, the Anguish is not a great margin either. We're getting less than 10K on those, but we'll just do it anyway. World of RS says, I guess you're not the person to own a Santa hat collection. No, I definitely don't own a Santa hat collection. Alharith says, is that Saratube with a correction saying Scapenomics? Good to see you, Alharith, man. I haven't seen you on one of these streams in quite some time, so thanks for stopping by, man. Do appreciate it. It's like an extremely quiet stream today. I don't know where everyone is today. World of RS coming in with another question. Man can ask a million questions. Really do appreciate that. He says, have you ever heard of the action game, the Just Cause series? I have, but I've never really played it. It's kind of like, I've never been someone who really is into like the single player kind of games. I always love the multiplayer experience. I always have. There's something about the player connection that really inspires me to progress in a game, and when it's a single player game, I'm not getting that. I'm not like a story driven kind of person, right? Like I'm more of like, let me compete in multiplayer games. Like that's why I like games like Overwatch or World of Warcraft, games where like not only is player skill involved, but player knowledge and like, I don't know, multiplayer games are just so much more fun. I don't really know why I like them more, but sometimes you're playing a multiplayer game, you get really, you're on point, you're like really popping off, like you're doing really well, or maybe you're doing really badly, and just fighting through that whole dynamic is really great. And there's something I enjoy, of course, about player markets and things like that. I mean, we wouldn't have these streams if I didn't enjoy that. But anyway, off on a little bit of a tangent there. Let's go ahead and list these imbued hearts back onto the exchange. Now, if you do remember, we're almost clearing 100K each on those, so that's going to be a very good flip if we do succeed on it. Also, we need to keep a close eye on the bludgeons as well. And we have Mark Fisher joining the flipping team. Thank you for the subscription, Mark Fisher. Do appreciate you stopping by today, and hopefully you are enjoying the stream. Drop a like if you are, and let's see what he's got to say. He says, hi, I found your challenge videos some days ago. I loved your 10 to 100 mil series. It motivated me to start flipping again. Mark, I am so happy to hear that, man. We've got another episode of that in the works right now for you to enjoy. So hopefully you're looking forward to that one. And you probably are, if I had to guess, considering you found the series and it motivated you to start flipping again. And that 10 to 100 mil series is actually extremely fun to make, but it does take away from like me flipping on my main account and making gains on my main account. So sometimes I get a little bit held up with it. Mikey Matter says, I used to like the streams until you started hiding the prices. Now I'm not bothered about watching. Sorry to hear that, Mikey, man. I do apologize for that. We do have to cover the margins now, as people have been undercutting us on the live streams. And anyway, I think you said that before, though, man. Alharith, I am out here. Wait, this cannot be you. Alharith, you have so many different accounts. Wow, this is an old meme. Thank you so much, Alharith, for the vials of water here today. We've got 13,000 vials of water coming in onto the exchange here. We're going to put them in, and we're going to leave them to do their thing. Mark Fisher says, I can't wait to see your new episode. Do appreciate that, Mark. This one's actually going to be a pretty good one. This next 10 to 100 mil episode, I've actually been trying to do like longer term flips, and I've actually been talking through my strategy behind doing those longer term flips. So if that's something you're interested in, then maybe you'll definitely enjoy the next episode. But we've actually been making a decent bit of money on that. It's like every episode we do of the 10 to 100 mil series, we're making more and more money. Alejandro says, I had a 1 mil loss on a margin check for the Dragon Hunter crossbow a few days ago. Ouch. He says, I ended up flipping it for 300k and 100k margin. Any advice in that situation? I can definitely give you some pointers there. Let me go ahead and list another flip before we get into that, though. Let's go ahead and try to flip a few of the Grazis here, and we'll get that moving on the exchange today. I haven't had a ton of luck flipping the Grazi this week, but I do expect that the Grazi and a lot of these higher-end PVM items are start to go up. Like, they'll start to go on a pretty nice price run here very, very soon. The reason I think that's actually going to happen is because Leagues is coming to an end, right? Like, and before Leagues actually ends, investors are going to start buying up some of these items. They've already gotten a little bit of a price pump already, which is a good sign for merchers like us. Maybe we'll make a video on post-league investments or your pre-league ending investments. I don't know how to say that one, but you kind of get what I'm talking about. We also had all of the Furies buy up as well. We're going to turn around and sell these onto the exchange. Now, Alejandro, if you are managing a situation like that where you've checked an item, it's a 1 mil item, you try to flip it, you know, you're not able to flip this item, don't freak out, okay? A lot of the times in the short term, these items will do these big price fluctuations, especially if you see a margin that is as big as 1 mil. What I typically do is I try to flip as many as I can for that big margin. A lot of the times I'm only going to get one of them flipped for that margin, besides the margin check, right? So basically, if you do that, you're making up for the margin cost, which is, you know, what more could you ask for, right? And then once you actually hit that big margin, go back in and price cut your buy offer a little bit, like bump it up, like 5k, 10k, whatever it is, and then also bump your sell down. So you're going to decrease that margin by a fair bit, but that's going to give you kind of control over that trade, right? So you're going to make less money trading those items back and forth, but you're going to be able to flip all 6, and the margin's already going to be larger than it was, so you're still making a lot of money on it. A lot of the times, these items will fluctuate around like that, and the weird thing is, if you flip something for a 1 mil margin, and it typically does not have a 1 mil margin, there's also an equal chance that the item will go up in price, and you'll actually you'll make more money for the items that you are able to flip. So while it can work against you, it can also work with you. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, Mikey, it is a shame, you know, some people did want to use the price listings, and, you know, it stinks. I mean, I really wish I could have the price listings on my stream. I really do. It makes it so much more enjoyable, and it's easier to learn that way, but it's just not possible anymore, which is a little bit sad. Let's go ahead and roll over this 237 million GP onto the exchange. That's a lot of money to work with, so we're going to go ahead and do the Toxic Blowpipe, which you guys might be thinking, why is he doing the Toxic Blowpipe with 234 mil? I don't really know. I just have a good feeling about it today, and it's not a great margin, but it is worth hitting for us. We'll go ahead and list a few of those. Anthonycoburn popping over on Twitch. He says, hi, dude, with some smiley faces. Anthony, good to see you, man. Thank you for stopping by today. We have Mark Fisher also saying, any advice for overnight flips, like which item to buy and how to determine the buy price. Mark, it's so funny you mentioned that. Our 10 to 100 mil episode actually does some overnight flips where I go on GE Tracker and I actually walk through how I'm finding the price listings for these items, especially for an overnight listing. So stay tuned for that. But since you are on the live stream, I can give you a little bit of advice on the fly. Basically, my favorite way to do it is use the Oh, whoa. I did not expect that. UnshavenSup with the $5. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate that. And I thought you popped in here, asked about the name change, and then left. But I really appreciate you sticking around and dropping a 5. He says, I figured I'd donate. I really do appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for the donation. And wow, it was just really unexpected. It was kind of a smaller stream today. You know, I thought it'd be a little more chill, and I definitely did not expect the $5. Thank you so much. It totally threw me off what I was going through. Anyway, I think I was talking about overnight flips, right? So basically what I do is I look at the GE tracker weekly and daily graph. Now, on the daily graph, I see where the item has been trading around. I look at its lowest price and I look at its highest price. I use the weekly graph to determine where the item has been trending. If on the weekly graph, the item has been going downwards in price pretty consistently, then what I'll go ahead and do is list lower than that daily chart is showing the item has gone in the past 24 hours. If it's trending up, I'll list higher than the lowest point in the past 24 hours. It's a little bit hard of a situation to explain on live stream without pulling up specific graph examples, but we do have an overnight flipping guide on the channel. It's a little bit older, and we do have another overnight flipping guide coming out very, very shortly. I'm still recording clips for it. I want it to be a really detailed guide, so I know a lot of you have been waiting for that for like months, so don't worry, it's coming out. Wild Muffin popping over on YouTube. He says, howdy, good to see you, Wild Muffin. Thank you for stopping by today. I really want to master flipping. I'm so bad, LOL, says Anthonycoburn. Anthony, we can help you out. Feel free to ask any questions relating to flipping and money making here on the live stream, and I'll be sure to help you out, man. Mark giving us a thank you. No problem, Mark. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream. Leave a like if you are. And quiet stream today, guys, so thank you for stopping by. We actually have almost all these Kodais filled out. I'm almost considering just cutting back on them and seeing if we should just turn around the ones that we do have. But we should make a little bit more money. Anthony coming in with the $5. He says, an early Christmas present. Anthony, thank you so much. Unsup Haven and Anthony, thank you guys. This is such an unexpected a stream to get donations on. I mean, compared to the 24-hour live stream where, okay, I thought maybe, you know, someone would throw a couple bucks here and there, and you guys absolutely smashed it. I mean, this is just a normal Wednesday flipping session, and thank you, Anthony, and it really means a lot. So thank you so much, dude. Okay, I'm feeling good now. Okay, I'm feeling good. I was feeling a little bit down, considering... you know, it being a little bit quieter today. I love when we get a lot of people going in here. The chat goes crazy, you know. I feel like as a live streamer, you kind of get used to seeing, you know, once you're growing a little bit, you get used to seeing these big numbers in your chat room. And I think it's just, you always have to remember that every day is not going to be like that. And I really feel that YouTube and live streaming and just content creation in general, it is a marathon. It's not a sprint, and no day is the same. So, thank you guys for cheering me up a little bit. I was a little bummed out, not gonna lie. We've got these imbued hearts. Ooh, really nice flip on those. 549k on the imbued hearts. What an absolute banger of an item, if I do say so myself. We averaged about 68k in profit per every imbued heart that we flipped, and that, of course, includes the margin check that we did on them. Ruben Plays RS joining the flipping team over on Twitch. I think on Twitch. Thank you so much for following us, man. Do appreciate that. For some reason, like the chat service I use lists everything as Twitch, even though you might have subscribed on YouTube. Either way, though. We got all those Furies off. Very, very nice. We have Mark Fisher asking, how often do you stream, or do you stream on specific days? We stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the same exact time as we're streaming right now. We also stream on Saturdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 6 hours before now. So, in case you're in a different time zone, I don't know where you're tuning in from today. Actually, where is everyone tuning in from today? I always, you guys know I love hearing where you guys are watching from. We've got this like entire international flipping community, and it just feels so unique to have it. We're going to do an item that I keep forgetting to do on live stream, and that is the Hydro Leather. Oh, Anthony, man, thank you so much for the $20. That's really, really over the top, man. That's really over the top. Thank you so much for the 20. And he says, last one from me. Dude, you've been plenty generous already with the stream donations. I really do appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. And by the way, Anthony, if you can message me on Discord after if you'd like, and we can get you the donator role over on Discord, okay? Don't let me forget that. Anyone that donates gets that role, so if you have donated in the past, let me know. I'll verify the donation, and I will get you the donator role in the Discord group. Thank you so much again, Anthony, for the 20. That's really a lot of money. I do appreciate that. Money buys happiness, confirmed, says Wild Muffin. No, no, no. Massachusetts, USA. Close to me, man. Shout out to Mass. We got London tuning in. Amazing. Dude, I just feel like London, for some reason, I know, like, New York City has that vibe of, like, ooh, these intense stock traders and money makers, but I feel like, I don't know for sure, but I feel like London is also very financially driven. I just get that sort of, like, feeling. I don't know why. We need to check these bludgeons a little bit here today. The bludgeons, I thought we were going to sell these off relatively easily, and it's a shame we're struggling to get a few of these off. That being said, we're going to go ahead and flip the primordial boots as well. We're going to try to trade a few of these. I do like the primordial boots, but I tend to find that getting a good margin on these is not the easiest thing in the world. It's typically a little bit harder to find than you would normally think. Most of the time, you're going to get about a 20k margin on the primordial boots, but on a good day, you'll be able to clear about 100k on these things. And we're going to list a good amount of them because the trading limit on these is 15 every 4 hours, which is extremely high for a PVM item limit. Dude, did anyone just hear that music? Like the bells dinging in the background? I thought it was my phone. I was like, who's texting me 100 times? I'm so stupid. Queen Saraha asking, what microphone do you have, Scape? Sorry, I keep, you guys know I always adjust my webcam at least 10 times. Oh god, please don't click that link over on Twitch. I don't know what that is. And it doesn't look like my Streamlabs bot did a very good job taking it out, so don't click that. Anyway. Anthony says, yeah, very money motivated in London, and it's awesome city and has so many hidden gems. I actually have been to London once, but it was a long time ago. I don't really remember anything. Oh my, can I get this right? There we go. We have Saraha asking, UnshavenSup, let me answer him first. He was first. He says, hey, I'm more of a watcher and not a talker. Not even a problem, man. I feel like a lot of my community participates in the chat, but I do recognize that there are some silent watchers out there, and nothing against you at all. I mean, if you're enjoying the content, you enjoy it however you would like to enjoy it. I just appreciate you saying, like, just even a simple hi. It's good to see you. Don't worry, you're not that popular. Thanks, Arith. Thanks, man. Oh, Queen Saraha says, what microphone do you have, Scape? So we have a microphone called the, I think it's called the Rode PodMic. And look, guys, let me show you why, okay, I bought another Rode product after my previous mic, because both of my microphones I've used on the channel are Rode microphones. Actually, the first microphone I had was a Logitech headset, so that I can send you a video of me talking with that one. I sound so different on that, but let me show you why I bought another Rode microphone. You see this microphone here? Completely destroyed, okay? I cannot tell you how many times I dropped this thing or just, threw it in my backpack because I had to travel somewhere and I wanted to bring it with me for video content, and I just literally threw it in my bag, and it worked until the day I stopped using it for like 4 years without any problems, and I was like, that is enough for me to talk about Rode products over the top for the rest of my life. Without, and I'm not sponsored by them, obviously, but I feel like that is a good thing to say. You know, you're not sponsored, but I really like Rode products. They've done me very well throughout the years, and I will probably stick with them for the rest of my life. Just because, you know, I'm very loyal to their brand. They've made some exceptional products for me. Anyway, guys, welcome to today's stream. I hope you are enjoying it. Leave a like if you are. And, yeah, let's make some money today, man. Early stream day, says Al Harith. Yeah, the stream days before we even had a webcam. Those stream days, man. Crazy how far we've come, and there's still plenty of farther to go. Yeah, I feel like sometimes people forget how long I've actually been doing this, or, you know, they've been a long time viewer and they just take it for granted I'm going to be going live so much. But I mean, we're almost at the 200 live stream mark. Like, we've streamed it 200 times almost, which, to me, that's a little bit crazy, man. Queen Saraha saying, back in the day. Yeah, exactly, man. Back in the day, man. Early YouTube days for me. What was it? First video went out in 2016. Long time ago. Anyway, guys, if you want to learn more about flipping and money making and you want to get better at it, feel free to join us in our Discord group. There is a link in the description below for that. We'd love to have you in there, whether you're a beginner or an experienced flipper. I feel like we can actually help you out a lot. I myself have a lot of flipping experience. We have some really experienced members in there as well who are willing to help you out. We also have a lot of people who are still learning how to flip in there, and we kind of post our flips to each other. We share our flips and kind of just spread the knowledge out. So if you guys are interested in joining a little bit of a flipping community, we would love to have you in there. It's kind of weird. Like, I feel like on the streams recently, we've had so much trouble selling our offers, which is sort of sad. Thank you, Anthony, for pulling that up, man. Do appreciate it. World's best flipper? I'd like to think so. We finally got some of those bludgeons off. That took so long. Why did that take so long to sell at least one of those? We also have all of the Kodai ones filled up as well, and we haven't sold any of those yet, which is a little bit concerning. We have to keep a close eye on those. If they sit for too long, we do need to adjust that price. And the Grazi has sold off as well. Super easy flip on that Grazi. We're going to try to turn another one around really quick. And it instant bought for us, so we do know in the future we can get a lower price listing on that. I don't think I didn't list that for the instant buy price. I just double checked it too. So we might be able to stretch that a little bit, actually. Let's keep that in mind here. Really odd, though. Usually that doesn't happen very often. But thank you guys for tuning in today. If you are enjoying the live stream, be sure to drop a like. Also, because in case you missed it last stream, I'm going to go through it again. Okay, I have to. We did come out with the official Scapenomics sticker store, where we're going to sell a couple of really unique RuneScape designs. Let me adjust my flip real quick. I do have the first one in my hand right now, and if you are interested in checking it out, you can find the link in our Discord group. There's also a link in the description below to the store, but that is our first design right there. It's a little bit hard to see, but it actually is a high quality sticker. If you want photos of it, higher quality photos, I can definitely provide them to you, or you can get them off the official store. So that's just another way you can support the content if you want to support the channel and get something nice, something RuneScape related. They're kind of like those really nice laptop stickers. So check that out if you're interested. Enough of the advertisements today. It's like every time I just rant on about our Discord group or anything. Anyway. UnshavenSup coming in with a great question. He says, what did you do when old school RuneScape was gone? Did you play RuneScape 3? No, I've actually never played RuneScape 3. I can talk a little bit about my gaming history, right? It did start with RuneScape though, which is kind of interesting. So I played RuneScape, I think, for the first time in 2005. I think I played from like 2005 to 2006. I didn't play very long. Maybe it was even 2004. I started playing old school RuneScape, or RS2, I think is the proper way to call it, or old school back in the day, whatever you want to call it. The first time I started playing it was like right after the Christmas event where they gave out the party hats. It was literally right after that. So I could have been a trillionaire in RuneScape. Okay, I get it. Don't worry, we're already a trillionaire. Regardless of that. So I started playing after that. I played for about a year and then I quit and I never went back to the game. Then I started playing World of Warcraft, and then, yeah, I just played other MMOs in between. I played World of Warcraft until 2011, probably from like 2007 to 2011. And then I stopped playing that because I kind of got bored of it, and I kind of played like Call of Duty, nothing serious in between there and old school RuneScape, which I joined in 2015 after the game became free to play, as I didn't really think it was worth buying the game back then to actually play old school RuneScape. I wasn't ready to make that investment, which is why I'm really happy now that they have bonds, and yeah, I started playing when the game was free to play, and that's what got me into it. So I guess Jagex reeled me in, okay? They reeled me in a little bit with the free to play thing, but it worked out for them, so. Thank you, Alharith, for posting those links, man. I do appreciate it. World of RS asking, have you ever played Lord of the Rings Online? I actually played it when I was a kid, but I never went pay to play. Nope, never played Lord of the Rings Online. Typically, I have just a couple games that are like my core games, and I rotate through them. Every once in a while, I'll add one in, or I'll stop kind of playing one. But RuneScape has definitely been the game I've played the longest, I think. World of Warcraft was a pretty long run, too, and I still play from time to time. Gonna knock down the offer on these primordial boots. The thing is, the margin on these was looking really good, but we haven't had any sell yet, so that's a little bit concerning. We're gonna get a pretty big adjustment on that one, and hopefully we can sell off a few of those. Also, we do have these Kodai wands as well. We're gonna knock those down even further. Did we knock them down already? I'm not actually sure. Anyway, we should sell them after we adjust the offer on that. Lewintag420 over on YouTube says, the only thing fun in WoW is arenas, in my opinion. Dude, I was a big arena player. I'm a big rogue PvPer, okay? I always have been, and I play a pretty good rogue, I'm not even gonna lie. I wasn't like crazy into arenas because I was a little bit young at the time, but End of the Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm is when I started really getting into arenas, and I actually got pretty good at it, I think, so. Anthonycoburn over on Twitch says, right, bedtime for me. Have a nice stream. Thank you so much for stopping by, Anthony. Do appreciate it. I'll see you in the next stream, man. Good night to you. Now, currently, we're sitting at about 880K, which is actually pretty low for me for a flipping session, considering we're 47 minutes into it. That being said, we do have another slot open now to go ahead and flip with, and we still are waiting for some of our bigger, higher-priced items to finish up and buy. We have 29 mil to actually go ahead and invest into flips right now, though. So I think what we're going to go ahead and do is, I kind of want to do something that's like the Ring of Dueling, but I don't know if we're going to get a good margin on it. Sometimes as you guys have seen in the 10 to 100 mil flipping series over on YouTube, that I can actually flip the Ring of Dueling for some pretty oh, I didn't mean to cancel that. Shoot. For some pretty significant margins sometimes. Sometimes I'm walking away from those with like 200k profits. It's actually pretty crazy. You know, if you get lucky, you can get like a 25 GP margin on these. Today, we're going to get a lot less, but I will go ahead and list a few in the meantime, as I think it might be a pretty lucrative trade for us. What did we just sell? Oh, we sold one of the primordial boots, which brought in a nice little chunk of change for us. Lewintag says, I mained Boomy alt was Destro got to 220s and 2s. That's pretty good, actually. I don't even remember where I was. I don't remember the ranking system too much. 2103s last season doing no PvE for best in slot gear. It's funny because I find that a lot of RuneScape players were also once WoW players or vice versa. Like, I find a lot of people in WoW. I have a character that has the name Lumbridge. So when I run around with him, people are always like, oh, I love the name. And there's like this crossover between the games, but I assume that happens a lot with a lot of MMOs, right? Like, people try out a bunch of MMOs and they find which one they like the most. I don't know. RuneScape has always been, my favorite, right? And that's actually true. I do like World of Warcraft, but it's too time consuming. I always felt like I feel personally that World of Warcraft is the best game if you are to make it your single and only game and you have a lot of time to put into it. Just because the community aspect within that game is very tight, especially with like a guild, it makes for a very engaging experience for the player. That being said, RuneScape is by far the best MMO that you can play casually, because if you don't advance your character in RuneScape, it doesn't really affect you that much. I also find that you can do whatever you like in RuneScape and kind of there's no, in my opinion, objective in RuneScape, really. If you want to max your account, that's up to you. If you want to do all the quests, that's up to you. And, we have all these Iron Man modes and these unique ways to play the game, which I think are a very good way to engage the player on at least a single level. And then on top of that, the community is pretty close-knit and pretty fun to be around, right? So, of course, there's a couple questions about, Jagex and the leadership and the direction of the game, but for the most part, I think, old school RuneScape's in a very good spot. The game is still growing, which is great for flipping. It's great for just the game, its longevity in general, and I always like to hear what you guys have to say about it, so let me know, is RuneScape your favorite MMO? Personally, I think it's my favorite casual MMO, with World of Warcraft being the hardcore MMO. If I had to pick one to play for the rest of my life, it would probably be WoW. If I had to sit 24/7 and play one game, it'd probably be WoW. But if it was, if I had to drop all my other games and pick one to incorporate into my day-to-day life, definitely RuneScape. Toy121 over on Twitch says, my fave. I'm assuming RuneScape, that is. But look at I love the chat engagement right now. Everyone asking these questions. Frieza Saga, or he's someone from Dragon Ball Z, right? Frieza, I don't know how to say his name. I don't watch the show, but anyway, he says, I always heard if you were free to play in RuneScape, it's because you can't afford your WoW subscription. There's probably some truth to that, let's be honest. Dude, I getting membership back in the day, dude, I begged my mom. I was like, please, mom, please, I need membership. I was like, all my friends have membership, and all my friends were free to play. Like, in real life, like, the kids I'd ride the bus to school with and things like that were always like, how do we get membership? Like, we got to make money to make membership. And I was just begging my mom, like, please get me membership. And I think it was, like, the first out of all my friends to get it. But anyway. Citizen23 says, gooder evening. Good to see you, Citizen23. Anyway. There's so many comments coming in. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with everything. Zunaid Jaffrey says, RuneScape is my first real MMO that I'm getting into. Zunaid, man, congrats. I mean, MMOs are a really fun experience in my opinion, and I definitely recommend engaging in as many social ways as you can with an MMO. That's typically the way I like to play the game the most, and that's why we do these streams, is to interact with you guys and kind of talk with you guys and see how you guys are doing. That's my social aspect that I like, right? I love money making in RuneScape and other games. I love teaching economics in games in general. I just think it's a really interesting thing, and that's why we've been making these money making and flipping live streams here on the channel for almost 4 years now, which is crazy, and just video content in general. Anyway. Thomas Patton says, gotta have RuneScape for a rest of my life game. Thomas, I'll see you logged on, man. That's amazing. Zunaid says, I discovered it for the first time earlier this year, I'm assuming with the coronavirus shutdowns. He says, sitting at around 1,800 total level right now. Can we get a PogChamp in the chat for that? Seems like you're really into the game, man. That's awesome. Toy121 says, is Frieza a man or a woman? Is that the alien-looking guy? I think that's the one who it is. I would have to guess male if I needed to guess, but, you know, gender is fluid these days, guys. He is whatever, or she is whatever they want to be, okay? I'm trying to be as PC as possible on the stream. Oh, IMGE man saying, what is the best flip in free-to-play? Now, if I did have to pick an item to flip in free-to-play, if I was to pick one single item, it would be Gosh, man, the death runes, the death runes are great because great flip for any cash stack. If I was looking for the best ROI, maybe I'd say like the Gilded Two-Hand Sword, as they trade fairly quickly and they are a cosmetic, which is not great. They do have a use, but you could just buy a normal Rune Two-Hand Sword and get the same effects. But anyway. RuneScape was really good for me, says Citizen23, but when they took the Wild away, I went to WoW for the Lich King. Good to see, Citizen23. I'm glad there's some fellow WoW players in here as well that can understand the game can be extremely addicting. I think that basically ruined my entire social experience of middle school. Don't worry, we made up for it in high school. Dang it, I missed the whole session, says Godzerker. Sorry about that, Godzerker. For some reason today on the channel, notifications didn't go out, guys, for the live streams. I don't know why. We've had people come in here say, hey, no notification went out for the stream today. So if you want to make sure you are notified of these streams, this happens with YouTube sometimes, be sure to hit the bell next to the subscription button. Okay, if you hit that and you click notify me, you will not miss any of the streams as long as you are on YouTube. So I highly recommend it. Be sure to drop a follow on Twitch if you want to stop by again, of course, if you're watching over on Twitch. But yeah, I don't know why that literally happens to us like every month or so, or every 2 weeks. We have a live stream where notifications don't go out, and we have like 10 less people than we usually do. Not that it really matters that much, but if you if you don't want to miss them, be sure to hit that bell. Staff of Light has a good margin, brother, if you haven't tried it yet. I do like the Staff of Light and the Staffs of Dead as a flip. That being said, they are extremely slow trading items in my experience, so they're not a great item for us to do on live stream, as they just kind of take a while to buy and sell. And typically on these live streams, like, my goal is to trade these items back and forth as quickly as I can. That way I can actually make money, showcase more items, and kind of talk with you guys, and it keeps something entertaining on the screen at the same time, right? That's why I don't list a bunch of these really expensive items to just sit on the Grand Exchange for like ages. It's because I want to cycle through a lot of items. I want to showcase items that maybe you can flip, but I typically wouldn't flip. That's why we do the Diamond Dragon Bolts E. These live streams are to teach you guys how to flip and make money in old school RuneScape, so we like to try a variety of items. And of course, if you have any questions about what to flip with your cash stack or anything related to flipping, please let me know. I would love to help you out and give you the best advice that I can. I've been flipping and money making here on old school RuneScape for almost 5 years, guys. 2021, it's going to be 5 years, which is insane. We've also been making content and live streaming about it for quite some time. So if you have any questions, I might be a good person to ask. I don't know. I like to share my opinion on it. And, some people in the live chat can vouch for me as well. But of course, if you want to get in contact with me off stream, if you have any flipping questions off stream when I'm not live, be sure to join us in our Discord group, link in the description below. Not only will I answer your personal private messages with your flipping questions, you can also contact some other people in the Discord group as well. We've got a flipping community of over 1,600 members, and we would love if you joined. Anyway, whew. Godzerker says, I have it on subscribe too. It's so weird. You weren't on yesterday though, right? Nope, wasn't on yesterday. We stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Saturdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If that's not enough flipping content for you, I don't know what is, man. Lewinteg coming in with a great question about the Mage's Book. He says, why is the Mage's Book going back up in price? Another one that doesn't make sense since there's so many bots. What I think it really is early investors trying to get in on the Mage's Book. I do think it's going to have a spike and then a little bit of a crash. Although I do think the Twitch Prime bots are almost finished. I don't know the exact date that the Twitch Prime event started, but if someone could let me know, that would actually be amazing. And we sold the Diamond Dragon Bolts E. That was a pretty simple flip for us today, only 34k on those, but we only flipped 2,000 of them, so that's actually not too bad. 1.8 mil in profit so far. I told you, once those primordial boots started selling, I knew that we'd be in the money. And we're not having any luck on the Kodai wands, which is a little bit unfortunate, because if we were able to sell those, we'd be in a great spot right now. So it's a little bit unfortunate we have not been able to get those off yet. IMGE Man says, how do you flip the gilded two-hand sword? Basically, what you're going to do is check out a site like GE Tracker, see where the item is trading around, use the price listings on that website to kind of guess where the item might be buying, buy one up, and do the same thing for the sell offer. There's obviously a little bit more that goes into it, but if you'd like a simple, specific walkthrough on how to flip them, you can go check out my beginner's flipping guide on my YouTube channel, or just really any of the guides we have on there. We have a guide for flipping with 10 mil, flipping in free to play, flipping with 25 mil, 50 mil, 100 mil. Do we have a 500 mil one? That would be a good one to add. Flipping with 1 bill would be another great one to add. Those are all great considerations for video ideas. But of course, if you guys have any video ideas for me that you would like to see, let me know in my Discord group in the YouTube content suggestions channel. I think that's what it's called. Good to see everybody today. Thank you for stopping by. Be sure to drop a like if you are enjoying the stream. It really does help me out a lot as a small creator. And let's keep making some money here today, man. We do have the manta rays, which took a minute to buy up, actually. Let's go ahead and turn those around here. That could be a nice little profit for us today. Zunaid Jaffrey says, I'm sitting around a 25 mil cash stack. Do you have any tips? I've mainly been doing items such as the Barrows items, Snapdragon Seeds, Chinchompas, Bolts, Darts. Really great items that you've already started out with. He says, I've also been trying to look at lower volume trades, but they look pretty scary. I wouldn't focus too heavy on lower volume yet. Some items that you could try out, though, are the Archer's Ring, the Berserker Ring. Those are, like, more of a... They're still high volume, but they're kind of like gear-related items, so they tend to have pretty decent margins on them at certain times. Also, check out the U longbows and Magic longbows. Those have been really great flips recently for me, and I've just been capitalizing on them so much. I mean, if you check out the flipping 10 to 100 mil series, you'll see me flipping those, like, every episode. They've just been so good for us. On top of that as well, make sure you're still flipping your basic high volume stuff, right? Like Zolver Scales would be a great option for you. Dragon Bone's probably a pretty good option for you right now, as the Dragon Bones are quite volatile with the bots in the game. Would recommend checking both of those out. And what are some other tips with 25 mil? Just stick to the high volume. Try some new items that are a bit lower volume or gear related. So Abyssal Whip, Berserker Ring, Archer's Ring. Keep flipping the Barrow stuff, Carol's Leather Top, Aram's Robe Top, Aram's Robe Skirt. Those are all really great options as well. And of course, if you need more ideas or specific walkthroughs for certain situations, you can check out my flipping with 25 mil guide that I do have on the channel. And hopefully that helps you out, Zunaid, man. And of course, if you have other questions, you can join the Discord group as well. The only reason I push the Discord group so heavily is because I honestly feel like a lot of you would enjoy the Discord group. And, if you join it and you don't like it or it's not for you, you can always leave, right? So, I just think that a lot of people who join the Discord group really end up enjoying it, and they find it as a really great community that they can connect with. And I feel like a lot of people that join that also, like, get way more into flipping and actually learn a lot from, not myself only, but a lot of other members in the group as well. So, of course, correct me if I'm wrong, but... Thomas Patton says, flipping with 2 bill, I just took 1 bill to the Sand Casino and came out on top. Never gambling again. Thomas, I'm happy you won, but man, that was a risky situation. The RNG gods are on your side. Praise Saradomin, and congrats on the 1 bill, man. That's amazing. Horse Detective over on Twitch, he says, just joined the clan/Discord today. Much appreciated. The help with flipping my mages books. Looking forward to future profits with you. Thank you, Horse Detective. Thank you for stopping by today. And we are making a good bit of GP today. I hope you're enjoying the stream as well, man. Let me know what I can improve on, okay? I feel like we never talk about, hey, what can we improve on with these streams? I mean, I feel like a lot of people love the streams. I feel like it's entertaining, but let me know if there's anything you guys want me to do on stream, any content you want me to make. I'm always open to listening to you guys and listening to your ideas, right? Because you guys are the viewers. I always want to provide the best thing I can for you. Anyway, Zunaid says, all really nice tips. I'm definitely going to try the long bells out right now. Yeah, typically with lower cash stacks, I recommend people stick to high volume because most of the time with lower cash stacks, you know, people are usually new to flipping because if they flip a lot, they would have a larger cash stack, trust me. It's kind of just like a natural thing. But sometimes people come into flipping with like 300, 500 mil, you know. They're like high tier PVMers and they've got a little bit of GP to spare. But that's not typically the case. Mr. Gravy Cake says, hey, it's nice to see you live streaming again. Good to see you, Mr. Gravy Cakes. We did take a little bit of a short break for the holidays, and I do assume we're going to take another one for Christmas, but, you know, that will obviously, you know, I'll update you guys on that for sure. And the live streams are always scheduled on YouTube, by the way. If you don't know when the live streams are, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Saturdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, yeah, it's really as simple as that, honestly. Just join the Discord as well. I might stop by here and there. Awesome, Zunaid, man. Just if you have any questions, you know, participate as much as you want. We really do love our active members. We also love our members who just, you know, like to enjoy the resources we have on there. Honestly, it's a very welcoming community. We're just trying to make money in RuneScape, man. That's all everyone's about, and everyone's got the same objective. So I find that people are pretty typically open to sharing their strategies and how to flip certain items. So if you're finding that's not the case, just message me. I'll share all the information I have with you. I promise. You know, I was hoping that we'd actually wrap up these bludgeons, primordial boots, manta rays, and all this stuff before the end of the stream today, but I don't think we're going to do that. If we did sell off these Kodai wands for their original margin, we'd probably be looking at like 2.4 mil in profit on this episode. But I think we're just going to cut it there. Lewinteg says the Staff of the Dead is rocketing up. Probably someone buying up this supply and manipulating the item as it is a lower volume item. I would be very, very careful about that. Anyway, guys, I think we're going to end it there. Thank you so much for stopping by today. We usually go for an hour on our weekday streams and sometimes like 2 to 3 hours on the weekend. So I hope you guys did enjoy the stream today. Please leave a like if you did. It really, really does help me out a lot. Be sure to subscribe to the channel over on YouTube, especially if you want to learn more about money making and flipping in old school RuneScape. We've got a ton of tips for you guys. So thank you for tuning in today. Honestly, it was a quieter stream and things picked up a little bit, and that means a lot to me. So it got really exciting for me, and it really turned my day around. So thank you guys so much for the love today. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next one.